Hi, good morning. Good morning to you wonderful people all over London, England. Or is it good afternoon? Or is it good evening to you all around the world? Or should I say, all football fans around the world, wherever you're watching. This is your host, your guy himself, DLG Reppin. And I've got a content to do. Not a content, I've got a preview to do, should I say. It's it's our Europa League last 16 tie against Olympiakos, and I'm hearing noise coming from fans of Arsenal, like myself. Well, not me, but Socrates has been talking to the whole entire squad. I don't know what I'm saying. He's been talking to the whole entire Olympiakos squad on our strengths and our weaknesses. And obviously, he wants to do everything he can to exploit our weaknesses and make sure we're knocked out of the last 16. Now, if we've learnt lessons from last year, we should not allow that to happen. So what we do is finish the job. I mean, I was at the Emirates in the second leg, and we did not get control of the game. Olympiakos had control. They were defensively stubborn, organised and disciplined. And when they went forward with a purpose. They had the first shot on target in that game. They had the first shot on goal in that game. And it worried me, the number of opportunities that we were allowing them to create. It was extremely worrying. We did not get into the game in the first 20, 30 minutes. As far as I can remember from last season. And that first half was just shockingly flat and pathetic, if the truth be told. That is the truth, to be frank. We were knocked out of that game. We were knocked out of the tie, lost the game on the night, 2-1. And Olympiakos had the away goals. And they count double, and fair play to them. They deserve to win. And I remember my guy, Big Stricto, saying that Nicola Pepe got a lesson in a tactical lesson from the Olympiakos manager in his podcast interview. In his fan cam interview. Massive shout out to yourself, Stricto. I know you're there. I haven't seen you on social media doing your thing, but I know you're about, yeah? Massive shout out to you. And he's completely right. And Arteta got done. And I was screaming for Martinelli from the terraces. Why isn't he on? Why isn't he on? And he brings him on within the business end of the 90 minutes. Just to prepare him for extra time. For crying out loud, he should have brought him on earlier in that second half. That game needed a Martinelli. We needed a Martinelli to go at them. It was crying out for Gabriel Martinelli. And I'm still crying out for Gabriel Martinelli. And for me, he's close to starting in the first team. If the truth be told. But if he's going to start winning in this game, I don't know. To start winning in this game, and the way Olympiakos are set up to defend comfortably, for me, if Willian is not on his game, then it's a long 90 minutes for him. It's another passenger that we don't need to carry. The same could be said about Bellerin, Xhaka. You know, these are passengers that we don't need to be carrying. But yet, Mikel Arteta, in his world, keeps paying the sentiment to these players. And that is the reason why we are where we are in the league table, back in the Premier League, and we are putting all our eggs into one basket, like to say this tournament is the be or end all. And it is. For the simple reason is that we've been shocking in domestic competitions. The FA Cup, we went out the fourth round. Fucking hell. It's unacceptable. And the performance on that night was unacceptable as well. And I'll never forget it. The defensive mistake by David Luiz. It's evident that you can't play that guy in a back four. But Mikel Arteta sees otherwise because he sees what he sees in training. But it's been seen for 7, 8, 9 years that David Luiz cannot be trusted as a back four centre half. He never performs consistently well for 10, 15, 20 or 20 odd games straight. It's not going to happen. And I know the team that I am going to pick. The formation is 4-2-3-1. Fact. I don't think I should change my formation unless it's to attack Olympiakos, and I think they will try and attack us, but knowing them, they will organise themselves at the back, and I expect that to be the case over the two legs. Can we get past them? We can, but we're going to have to work our bollocks off. Anyway, without further ado, I've given my preview of the game and preview of last season's fixture in the two-legged affair that we came short, and Aubameyang missing that opportunity after they went up the other end and scored, and we could have gone through with one more goal, and Aubameyang missed that opportunity. But the goal that he scored that night, it was a difficult goal to score. The technique, the ability to orchestrate that overhead kick was, wow, a panache, a piece of art. But yet he couldn't score a goal that we expect him to score. And he's been scoring them sort of goals that he was scoring. Let's be real. He's been putting them away since he was at St. Etienne, then Dortmund. But there you go. Anyway, starting 11s. Right, 4-2-3-1. In goal, Bird Leno. We're going to be crying out for a big performance from him. He's definitely one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League, and for me, I am going to be counting on him to pull up some key saves, and his decision making has got to be on point. He has got to be solely focused. I'm not expecting another Dani Ceballos dodgy back header that will lead to a goal. I want us to go at Olympiakos as we did, get a result, and take it back to the Emirates, and let's beat them at the Emirates if we get a good result. But the main guy who's going to be part of that tactical plan, and another European beautiful night, will be Bernardo in goal. Right, my right back, Cedric Suarez. For me, he's a big game player, performed in the big games, performed in the European Championships of 2016, performed a 7, 8 out of 10 against France in that final, won the European Championship as a right back of Portugal. And he is the man who is disciplined, more focused and switched on he's more focused on attention to details as a defensive right back. And is he going forward to support Pepe? Yes. If he plays behind Pepe, for example, he will give Pepe that support. Pepe will lay him the ball and he will put in a cross in if he can find one. He puts in all crosses in, good or bad. At least he's prepared to put the cross to put a cross in to cause damages or problems to the defence. He's my right back and he's starting this game. My two centre-half pairing, wow. I've got to think long and hard about this. This is over two legs, by the way. Now, as experienced as David Luiz is, I can't trust him. I just can't trust him. And for me, this is going to sound crazy, but I'm going to go with Callum Chambers. Callum Chambers is a better centre-half than he is a right-back, and he's definitely a better centre-half than he is a CDM. You know, he played in that position for Fulham, and that one season, he went down with them, even though he's an Arsenal loan, even though he was a Fulham loanee, Arsenal contracted player. But for me, I think he is a better centre-back than Holding. For the simple fact is, I'll start him ahead of Holding. Holding's had a number of opportunities to cut out the silly mistakes that he keeps doing. and he's continued to make silly mistakes after my guy Arteta will continue to trust him in games after fucking games, and he does not deliver. For me, I am having Callum Chambers in that heart of the defence, and alongside him, I'm going to have Gabriel Martinelli. He's our best centre-half at the club. Although Marie has been starting league games ahead of him, I just don't know why the two of them can't start together. But for me, I'm going with Gabriel Martinelli. For me, he goes on a counter-attack here. He's prepared to step forward and put the tackle in, get a yellow card, or risk getting a red card. This guy has been phenomenal all season, and why has he been frozen out of late? I do not know. But for me, Gabriel Martinelli at the back. For me, the left back, or the left back that will go with that 3 at the 4 will be Tierney. So for me, that's my centre back, my back 4 sorted. Suarez, Cedric Suarez, Chambers, Martinelli together, and Tierney. Now, I haven't got a problem with Tierney defensively. I was upset and extremely critical for the right reasons. For the right reasons that he simply did not get goal side of Riyad Mahrez. You can come onto my comment section and voice your opinion, your views, etc. But I do love Tierney at left back. He's the best thing that we've had since Ashley Cole. And I say right now, he's already better than Gael Clichy. He's already a lot better than Gael Clichy. If you got an opinion on that debate, then leave it. If you want to debate on Gael Clichy versus Kieran Tierney, let's talk. Leave it in the comment section below. He's going in that left back. As long as he defensively is switched on, which he is most times, and he's goal side of his opponent, once he suss out what strong feet he kicks with, and the one that he's uncomfortable with, he knows where to show him down the line or inside. Kieran Tierney is my left back, and offensively, there must be a stat where he is putting as much crosses as any left back in the Premier League. Kieran Tierney, left back. Right, the 2 in front of the 4. Well, I'm going to go with mobility. You know what I'm like. And Xhaka is not a mobility midfield player. He can't be playing in that role when he hasn't got mobility. And I'll tell you what, yeah. I'm going to go with Thomas Partey. He is one of the best midfielders in the world of football. He's one of the best combative midfielders in the world of football. Defensively, offensively, he's one of the best in the world of football. For me, the power, the physicality, the experience, the guy has got it all. And when you've come from Atletico Madrid and you finish working under Diego Simeone, you deserve to talk to your teammates in that dressing room. You should be the one standing up in that dressing room and telling most of these not even nearly players what it's like to win a league title, what it's like to compete in the Champions League final, not once, but twice in a row. You've got the rights to talk. You've got the rights to start this game of importance. Thomas Partey in the midfield, I don't need to say any more. Ghanaian international, hands down, gets into that Ghanaian national team. Hands down. Thomas Partey, I nickname him the midfield bully destroyer. Alongside him, now, I would have gone with El Neni, but for some reason, he doesn't do enough. And the only midfielder that I'll go with, and for the simple fact is, yeah, he can perform without a Thomas Partey, is Dani Ceballos. Dani Ceballos. I would like to forget the 50 odd minutes he had after a spell of the first 40 minutes he had in the last outing in the Europa League. He was outstanding for 40 minutes of that game, and then a complete fucking nightmare. Dani Ceballos will start this game because I can trust him to make an amends, and I feel that I can trust him to make as many forward passes as possible, even though he knows he risks giving the ball away. But I like that. But one thing with Dani Ceballos is he doesn't hide. And he has shown that aggressive side of him in training where he will put in a tackle. And so does Kieran Tierney, by the way. But there you go. But Dani Ceballos alongside Partey. The three in front of the two. Nicola Saka. Big game of importance. He will be the one playing just in front of Cedric Suarez. And he will track back to help Cedric Suarez when we're being attacked on the left. I'm asking him to do that job, and he will do that job with pride and heart. And offensively, when we're on the front foot, he is the man you want to give the ball. You want to get him into the game, and you actually want him to cause as much damage as possible. And recently, he has just been rewarded Arsenal Player of the Month for the third time running. Speaks volumes about the player. Bukayo Saka, right wing forward. A number 10, big game player. There's a reason why Real Madrid signed him at the age of 15. His value is up to 36, 37 million. We should pay that without fucking about this time. Martin Odegaard. For me, he's got people talk about Emile Smith and Saka linking up well, but I'll tell you what, this guy links up well with Saka as well. He links up with anybody. For me, he's been compared to Ozil, but don't compare him to Ozil. I don't want to fucking hear that name. He is a top class player, and he's going to go far in his football career, and I would love him to sign for Arsenal on a long-term contract on a permanent basis. He deserves to be playing football, and he's doing that right now. For me, I think week in, week out, he starts. And if I have to take him off, then I'll bring on Emile Smith-Rowe. That's as close as I got to a number 10. But this guy is a complete number 10. On the ball, the ability to dribble past a man, the ability to find pockets in spaces, the ability to come back and help his team out and put in tackles. You know, the work rate of that guy off the ball, I love it. He starts. On the left-hand side of the attack, Gabriel Martinelli. For me, I'm going with Gabriel Martinelli. It's a youthful three behind the striker, but I'll tell you what, two teenagers and an experienced 22-year-old. More or less, he is experienced. He's done bits at Real Sociedad. He's done bits in Holland as well with a Dutch team, Odegaard. But I'm going to go with Gabriel Martinelli. For me, if we can get him and Saka into the game from an on-ball point of view, they will cause Olympiakos enough damage to the point where they will tear them a new one. A spanking new one. Yes, Gabriel Martinelli. 10 goals in all competitions last season. How can he not start? He's the only one that I can say that has the second amount of goals. The only striker that has more, the only player that are Arsenal that has more goals than him is obviously the guy who's going to start this game, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and he starts up top for me. As Aubameyang as a runner, you play him a through ball, he'll get onto it, and if he can finish his dinner in both legs, we have got a difference maker in this time, and that's the difference between us making it to the quarterfinals or falling short. His goals as well. And Bukayo Saka could be spoken to in that same bracket. And Martinelli can have a say in it as well. And Odegaard can have a say. Them four alone, if they link up for the 180 odd minutes plus plus extra time on top of that, possibly, then that's the difference between us making the quarterfinals and falling short. So that's my first team sorted there. I'm going with that team. My substitution bench, I can have more than 9 in this. So Matt Ryan, wicked goalkeeper to have, very good goalkeeper, solid, fourth best in terms of distribution with the ball from the back to his own attacking player and teammate. You know, for me, saved us from getting embarrassed by Aston Villa in his debut. What a shame he was on the losing side. He didn't deserve to be on the losing side. I gave him a 7 out of 10 for that performance that day because we were piss poor, if the truth be told. Again. Other than that, he's on my bench. Substitute number 2. Well, I don't know what I'm going to do. Substitute number 2, Rob Holding. He's a great. I think he's a very good squad player to come into the side and do a job, but not on a game basis. Game here, game by game, or week in, week out. He's a guy I'll bring on the bench to do a job. Substitute number 3, Pablo Mari. Now, some would say I should start him and Gabriel Martinelli together, but I don't know. Maybe I should have started Martinelli and Marie together, but he's a good, experienced centre half. You know, he's played in the World Club final against Liverpool, and he just fell short. Other than that, he's a guy that I rate highly. Solid defender, great in the air. Good cultured left foot, and he's unlucky not to start the game. Although I might start him on the bench, but Mikel Arteta might have other ideas come tonight when he picks a team. Anyway, he's on my bench. Substitute number 4. Substitute number 4. Now we're short of right backs, and we're short of someone, and we got someone that can play at left back. But I don't want to think of the worst. Kieran Tierney, stay strong. Substitute number 4. I'm gonna have to go with Bellerin. Yeah, it's limited. It's not the best of situations, but we are in a situation within the squad. I mean, it could be better, but here you go. Bellerin, he's not done too bad as he's started the first team, but for me, I want quality week in, week out, and I think Cedric Suarez will give us a bit more week in, week out, game in, game out, game by game, should I say. Hector Bellerin, bench. Substitute number 5, Granit Xhaka. Never covered. Every time there's a mistake in him, I don't personally want to play him in the first team. But the reality is, we've got to put up with him. For me, if it was down to me, he would be on the transfer list for the summer. Hands down. Just for the simple fact is, he's not good enough. Never was, never will be. Yes, he's had good games. He's had a recent run of good games. But there's always going to be a genuine mistake that will cost you. Yeah, people can criticise Ceballos for that mistake. But play him to 20 games and play Xhaka for 20 games. I guarantee you, with Xhaka, he'll get a yellow card and a couple of reds. Ceballos might make the odd mistake and get the odd yellow card. But one thing for sure, there's more mistakes in him than in Ceballos. That's why Ceballos starts at my team and Xhaka's on the bench. So, end off. Granit, sit on the bench, will ya? Substitute number 6. Before I get to substitute number 6, I forgot to say, do smash the thumbs up like button. If you're feeding the channel, share it amongst your friends and relatives. Leave your response, your comment in my comment section below, etc., etc. Subscribe to DLG Reppin, please. Left, right, and centre galore. Thank you. Substitute number 6. Substitute number 6. David Luiz. Yeah, for the simple fact I won't start him in this game because I don't trust him as a back 4 player. But one thing I will do is possibly put him in CDM if the worst happens to Partey. Not like a red card, but an injury. But God forbid. God forgive me for my language, and I do apologise for my language if I'm over swearing. But get David Luiz on my bench. Substitute number 7, Nicola Pepe. You need someone. I mean, he came on and he was lively, you know. Unlucky. Well, he was lively, but hot and cold. He was cold on the fact that he missed a sitter when he should have been switched on. If he was switched on, he scores. That ball is on target, and I think he scores. Unlucky not to score a right-footed side volley, but for me, yeah, that's just unlucky. And then the penalty, he should have had us a penalty. And if the man in VAR, that prick, had a good look at it, we would have had a penalty thanks to Nicola Pepe. So he was more lively than what I would say cold. In other words, he was more lively and hot than he was cold. So he's on the bench. Substitute numbers. Hang on. Fucking hell, what have I done? It's Xhaka. Call that Luis. I'll call that Pepe. Substitute number 8. Reese Nelson. Without a shadow of a doubt. I don't understand why he's been left out of the squad completely. You know, I think Mikel Arteta needs to put bygones aside and allow this guy to at least sit on the bench. At least get ready to warm up in the 50th or the 55th, 60th minute. For fuck's sakes, let's get him. Let's get him some game time. He deserves to start games. So I'm having him on my bench. Substitute number 9. Oh, I don't believe I'm going to do this. I don't believe this. I can't believe myself. I don't believe I'm going to hear myself say his name. Willian. Yeah, I've said it. Willian. I'll never have him on my 9-man bench. But you know what? The reality is, he's coming, and he's not done too bad. I mean, he contributed towards the comeback where he assisted Kieran Tierney in Olympiakos' ground. He contributed. Other than that, I don't see him starting many games, and there's a reason for that. He's not performed. He's been piss poor, if the truth be told. Absolutely poor, and he doesn't deserve to be rewarded for sentiment reasons or whatnot. He has never been as good as he has shown at Chelsea. Let's be real, but he's a substitute for number 9. Substitute number 10, Alexander Lacazette. Can't complain. I can't say no more than that. Experienced striker. Does what it says on the tin. He holds the ball up well. His link-up play is good. All he needs is another goal. When is he going to get a goal? We will never know, but he's my substitute number 10. Substitute number 11, Folarin Balogun. Yeah, I'll have him on the bench. And for me, the guy is a talented striker. For me, he will get his opportunity, and who knows? But for me, he starts on the bench in this game. Substitute number 12, I can't leave him out. Emile Smith-Rowe. For me, he has come in and he's done as well as he has done. He's been all right for me. I can't complain. He's performed tiredly at times in recent games. Hence the reason why he needs them to be protected a little bit. But for me, I think he's had enough rest on the match day, and I think it's time for him to get some game time. So if he's one of the 5 substitutions, then I'll be pleased to see him on the pitch. If I was picking 5 substitutions to make a difference in this particular tie, then he's one of them. Emile Smith-Rowe. Whew. I feel like I'm out of breath and tired. Nah, I'm only joking. This is it now. I'm going to end this video. So I've come to the end of, should I say, I've come to the end of this video, and I'd like to thank you all, ladies, to the gentlemen, to the boys, to the girls, for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you so very much for putting up with me. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up, like button, and abundantly. The same goes to the share button to your friends and your family. Make sure they know who I am. Get them to watch this video. Leave your thoughts, your response, opinions in my comment section below, etc. And please help me to subscribe to DLG Reppin. That's myself and I only. I'm out of here. I'm going to say thank you, peace again, love again, and always bless again. And do enjoy your day. Hope you have a very nice day. Stay safe, and let's beat this COVID-19 forever and ever. And always remember to be nice.